Hey guys, I don't sure here. This is a bit different. This is two guys both having their first fights in Thailand. They might have fought before. I'm not sure. I don't know either of them, but I just thought it'd be cool to show you something that might happen if you decide to come on holiday in Thailand and yeah, you want to have a fight here. So, okay, you consider making a bit of a spectacle of them. They've walked into the ring already. But they're waving flags around. They've got an OnlyFans girl in the ring with them. Um, you know, a bit of music going on and stuff. Um, yeah, one guy's from the UK, one guy's from the US. Yeah, I mean, so this guy, I was in the changing rooms. That there's one of my friends fighting on the same night. This guy came into the changing rooms, and I was obviously all pumped up, stood in the doorway, was like looking at everyone kind of like that. You know, uh, being English, I just thought, what an asshole. But but you get guys like that, even high end pros that are like that. They kind of need to have that kind of feeling when they're gonna fight. They need to feel like tough guys. Um, the UK guy a little bit more easygoing. You can kind of see just kind of dancing around, making a laugh of it. But you know, it, what the guy could do. I mean, he's got a very intimidating physique. He looks fit, he looks strong, shredded. Um, and he looks apart, and especially when he's looking all angry at you, it's easy to be intimidated, especially on like the early stages of your career. Um, I intentionally used to go to the weigh-ins and stuff looking as scared as possible, just so that they thought they would already beat me. But I didn't deal well with the nerves at all until I started to fight in Thailand, and then you just fight so regularly that you don't have time to be scared. This is Rawai Boxing Stadium. It's not a big stadium, but it is. You get some decent fights on. Sometimes these foreigner versus foreigner fights are more fun to watch because they don't have the huge skills that the guys in Lumpini do yet. And sometimes you watch them fight with some of the Thai guys, and the Thai guys have just been sent in just to lose. Really, it's because they've got the live music performers just there. But yeah, you get like journeyman fighters that are coming in just to lose, and it is what it is. You get it in all sports, in all combat sports, anyway. But yeah, you consider making a big deal of it. So okay, okay. So what's this guy? Yeah. So the US guy is called the Don. Yeah, I mean, I told you, arsehole. And the English guy, UK guy, is named Kane. Uh, I actually train at the moment. I was training at the same gym as Kane, but I just do my own thing, really. He just does PTs. I never see him sparring with anybody or whatever. But, he seems to have some experience. He's decent. But yeah, I can't be a fan of anyone that calls himself the Don. Um, yeah, and like I said, he came into their back looking like a tough guy. Yeah, but whatever it takes for you to feel confident, right? You can kind of see the difference in attitude too. Neither is right, neither is wrong. Like there's no right way to be, but you can kind of see here he's looking at the referee. He's trying to look him dead in the eye. Personally, I just wouldn't engage in that. Just because I used to really struggle with nerves, so I just look at the chest or look down at the floor, and I'm more than happy for them to think that they've beat me already. But nothing's right, nothing's wrong. As long as you're not being disrespectful, in my opinion, it is what it is. But they've both got guys from their gyms. There's a decent crowd in there. Okay, it's not always expected that you'll do a Y crew. The minimum that you should really do is what Kane's doing at the moment, and Verdon is doing, where they're just sealing off the ring, just stop at each corner. I mean, he didn't seal the ring properly. He stopped there. He should have really gone all the way around. I think he might have done. I'm not sure. I mean, this is an interesting Ramoy. Okay, I'm going to skip this a little bit. I've said what I've said, like about his name and that kind of stuff, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody. People sometimes need to inflate their egos and stuff to feel good and whatever. Not no disrespect to this guy. I understand what he's doing, but when you even like the top pros, you see like Sancho and Borca, they'll always be pretty chill and respectful. They won't do that kind of stuff where they're acting all invincible and stuff. It's something that seems to be more common in like MMA circles than it is in Muay Thai. The Muay Thai guys tend to be a little bit more, like I don't know, what mild mannered. I think. He shouldn't have done that. So yeah, I mean, just a bit of an experience, dying to get this off his head. He shouldn't have taken this off. So don't do that. Also, when you do a Y crew or Ramway, it's your right hand. So you face your corner. You put your head down to your corner, and then put your right hand, and you got walk around. Always to the right. Okay, so this guy would go here. He would go here, and then they go around like that. I have seen like Muslim guys that go the other way. I'm not sure if that's like a religious thing or what it is. Yeah, but usually it's right hand on top. I could be completely wrong. It might not be anything to do with being Muslim. I don't know. So yeah, I wouldn't want to say anything that's wrong. You see, he's had to put the Moncol back on his head. Okay, so the trainer now is just gonna on both of them, just gonna give him like a little prayer kind of, get a little bit of last minute information. Put the mouth guard in. He'll bow to his head, and then he should have just put his head down a little bit, and the trainer will blow on your head. Um, it's important as well to note that when you're a man, you go over the top rope with the Moncol on. Women go under the ropes and then put the Moncol on top. Put the Moncol on afterwards. So you can see, there's a lot of nervous energy here. I mean, there would be, right? Like, they're about to fight. You're not going to expect them to be as relaxed as Rod Tang or somebody like that. But with that comes a lot of energy expenditure. I mean, this might not be the best quality, but it's enough for you to see him. If you are thinking about fighting in Thailand, So what they'll be saying to what coach this guy's face, what they'll have said to both fighters is, okay, start the fight slowly. So round 1 and 2, take it easy. Then round 3 and 4, pick it up, and yeah, go from there. But being there, I assume their first fights in Thailand, they'll just be, they'll be just full of energy and whatever. I'm not really going to critique their techniques too much because there's not really, these are newbies. I mean, you can just see here. I mean, like, so this guy's in shape and it's intimidating, right? Like, you see someone with a powerful physique, it can be quite scary. And the way that he's fighting here, okay, I mean, clearly, it doesn't really seem to be too handy in the clinch just yet, which is another reason why I assume it's probably his first fight in Thailand. Okay, you can see they're both trying to relax, but that nervousness is like bringing a fight out of both of them. Some nice elbows from Kane. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be really careful. Like I said, I wouldn't really critique the technique, but just standing in front of him throwing body shots like this. Okay, I mean, all this elbow needs to do is just extend. That's it. It's just an extension of the guard. But it's difficult to stay calm enough to be able to see that when someone's throwing at you like that. So, but yeah, I mean, he's got the right idea, Kane. It's like he's trying to give him a good old fashioned beating up, you know, where the one who hits the other one more often wins. Um, just needs to settle. Like the Don needs to just settle down just a little bit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's good, effective boxing by Kane. You know, the guy got kind of stuck in the ropes a little bit. I'm surprised the ref didn't pull him apart just a little. Making good use of the clinching knees. You know, it's he's going to really struggle to defend anything with the way that he is here. Um, Ideally, I mean, he's got quite long arms. He should be looping, like getting his arms over his shoulders and just pulling him in. At least that way, he's more safe from the elbows. Um, you know, as it is here, he's being quite easily dominated in the clinch. I mean, look, chin high, you know, hands low. You know, he's definitely got like a bit of a swagger to him, like you know, almost an arrogance. But you know, this is fighting. You know, you're not going to see like an honest representation of who he is as a person. So I can't say, but he's like, you know, some people need to feel like that when they're going to fight. So I understand it. You know, he might be a really nice guy. It's just, you know. You know, from you know at this level, you know, technique selection's not going to be great. You know, the way that the techniques flow together might not always be very fluent, but you can still get good fights. You know, it's still entertaining to watch. You know, it's an entertaining first round. I'll just skip this forward a little bit. They're both breathing pretty heavy. You know, that's you know, you come out in the first round like that, full of adrenaline and stuff. It's taxing. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so second round they should really pick things up just a little bit, but they started at such a fast pace in the first one. I just assume it's going to be the same. Nice knee got through in the clinch. Yeah, what you'll find with foreigners, like you know, in general, when you come to fight in the stadiums, is that they tend to have they tend to come in with a high level of cardio and like almost wild technique selection. You know, at this level, you know, a few fights in, they'll settle down a little bit and whatever. You know, um, but yeah, they're always super fit and they won't really stop. Um, Okay, he's just saying that same. That they won't really stop in the fight. Like some guys that are professional fighters and journeymen, that they'll kind of fight to a point, and then they're like, oh, okay, look, I need to work tomorrow. You know, so that they'll kind of, if you catch them with a few good shots, they'll go down. Um, but they're just brought in to bring up the guys that are coming up. It is what it is. But yeah, you're going to see this guy using the same technique twice, and both times it works. So he comes in with like a fake right kick and then just gets a straight right hand over the top. See? I mean, neither of the punches land, but still, it's a little thing that like someone with a bit more experience would pick up on now, and it wouldn't work again, or you know, you'd have to kind of vary what you're doing a little bit. But I'd be surprised if he knew that if he'd picked up on it properly. Nice knees again. I mean, something to note as well is that these guys probably didn't weigh in. You tend not. It tends to go by like your size. So you're seeing that same trick again. Look, okay, kick right hand. I mean, like I use that same one myself, and you know, loads of guys will use the same thing, but you need to kind of mix it up a little bit. Sometimes I'll go like low kick, straight right, high kick, you know, or you know, you can just kind of play with that right side, but you know, it's a good base, but you know, like a few fights in, he's going to really have to. You can see the emotional side of the fight for the American fighter. Look, so he's look maintaining eye contact all the time while trying to get it. Okay, he's making it too emotional. Um, where it's a fight, whereas this guy kind of it seems more like a game to him. Um, this guy, it's a fight, right? So there's pros and cons to both sides. I mean, you see, this guy's got some nice techniques. It's just that, unfortunately, the technique selection it isn't at this level. It isn't where it needs to. Well, it could be doing a lot better using the techniques at the right time. But I mean, it's amazing how much you'll lose when you go into fight. You'll be ready. You'll be thinking, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to look like Borkow when I fight, and then you watch the fight back, and you're like, oh my god. It just completely all goes out the window, and it's the emotional side, it's the nerves, the cardio. You'll be surprised at how unfit you feel when you're fighting. You go back to your corner after like in a 5 round fight, you go back to your corner after the first round, and you just like, you can't breathe properly, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and it's something that I miss. It's something that you know. It can be hell while you're in there, but you need to. It's good to overcome it. The only way I could deal with the nerves was like by being out in Thailand and fighting so regularly that it felt normal to me. I even used to keep the so when these guys fight, they'll be covered in Muay Thai oil or Lanam Muay, and they get covered in it. It's hot, it burns, and but it's got a really strong smell. So, and you walk into a stadium, that's all you could smell. And I only used to go to stadiums when I was fighting. So to make myself get used to that, I used to leave a bottle of it open in my room. So my room stunk of it. Um, but that helped with the nerves. But yeah, it's when I could change it from being a fight into a game, it was much easier to deal with. There's some nice, variation of technique a little bit from Kane. It seems like for the American fighter, you know, uh, he'd be like more happy to fight it right in the middle of the ring and just exchange blows. Um, but you can see this ego thing, this fighter's ego. It's very normal. Smiling at him and that kind of thing. But he's telling him that the referee is telling them now to fight. This is the third round, so this is where it should be the hardest. See, this happens. You'll see this now. This happens when you're not sure whether you're throwing a feint or you're throwing a kick. Okay, so like it wasn't really sure, so it ended up kind of being neither. They threw a hard low kick after that, and again, the problem is with throwing low kicks is that it hurts you too. Wow. Yeah, I mean, with right hooks to the body. There's not really anything here. Like, I mean, okay, it can hurt, but it's much better to throw left hooks to the body like that. But the whole time that his hands away from his face here, he's in danger. He only needs to pull him down into a knee or even let go here and throw a left elbow over the top. There are a few things that he could do that he could be punished for, and like he's got away with it here, but. Yeah, I mean, right hooks to the body aren't they're not as effective as the left hook to body, in my opinion. I mean, everything I say is just my opinion. I could be wrong, and please let me know in the comments if you don't agree with anything that I'm saying. We can happy to talk. Something that you get asked a lot when you're fighting is, does it? Do your shins get used to it? And not really. I had over 100 fights and my shins hurt every time. Whether I was kicking or blocking, it hurts. I mean, for sure they get a bit better, but Yeah, you do one strong block and then you probably can't really kick again in that fight. Both of them are starting to show fatigue now, and then they're not at the end of the third round yet. But they've had a fast start. Um, yeah, I mean, so you can see this guy, trying to touch gloves and stuff. That's something you'll see a lot of beginners do when they're trying to slow down the pace a little bit. It's like a subconscious thing. It's people do it when they're sparring as well, like keep touching gloves all the time, and like you know, you won't really see Rod Tang or Borka or anyone doing that too much. Like maybe after a foul or a big break, something like that, but not really like this. So he was like, you'll see. I'll show you again. Look, they're trying to touch gloves, and then he tries to punish him for it with a overhand right. So it's like, I mean, it's an entertaining fight. Fights don't always need to be super high level for them to be entertaining. In fact, sometimes you get the two of the best guys, and it makes a boring fight because they just cancel each other out so much. This is a fun fight. Credit to both fighters. Um, this guy, the American guy, he's came in with his swag, and he's came in with this like real fight energy. And he's in the fight. He's bringing the fight to his opponent. I just think he's getting outpointed. And he's both of them look tired. He did have some success with the low kicks too. If they've set them up a little bit more, he was starting to throw them empty, like just throwing them without a setup. Um, and yeah, it gets a bit easy to block them that way. But yeah, this is what you should. This is the kind of thing you should expect if you are looking to come over and fight in Thailand. I'll make a video about what a day's training should look like out here as well. But yeah, this is enough to see what a first fight would be like for you. Nice. Yeah, I mean, you could see the physical strength of him. I just want to see that sweep again. Comes in quite heavy, lands the knee. Right. Okay, so what happens? Okay, yeah. He's gone for a single. No, I think he's just trying to block a shot, and then yeah, just a bit of a hip toss, kind of. Um, a high energy. You get a big oxygen depth from that. But impressive enough. Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks physically strong, doesn't he? Um, nice. So this happened like here. He's got his block up here. He's got his leg there to try and block the knee. And you see he looks towards the referee to see if he should still hit him. Yeah, I mean the elbows are going together nicely. High scoring attacks, and they're scary when someone throws elbows at you. So when you're fighting, you'll see your trainers will be like using their sign language to tell you what to do the whole time. So these are in the corner of the UK guy. Look, look at that. And when you start to fight badly, they'll let you know too. I've got a clip of a trainer that I worked with from he's in the UK, but he's a Thai coach, and he was like pulling my hair and punching me in the back and slapping my head. because I wasn't. I got tired. It's like a abuse that you need. You know, you definitely seen both fighters looking tired. There are different signs that they'll do. You know, like so. You know, this is clinching. This is kick. Yeah. See, so you can look here. You'll tell him just keep clinching. Let this guy clinch more, clinch more. Yeah, it's a real buzz when you get them doing that. You know, less in Phuket I've noticed, but when I was fighting in Chiang Mai, and sometimes you go to like the have these like festival fights where you can go, and there'll be people like that you've never even seen before, and they'll be telling you what you need to do to win. You know, sometimes they'll even throw money in, so you know that's like a little guarantee. Like, okay, you win, I'm going to give you more because that they have gambling there. So yeah, they'll be throwing money in, then you win, and they'll give you a tip from their winnings. Uh, and yeah, I mean, even before the fights, you know, especially if you're way out in the sticks, the people will come up to you and they'll like feel your muscles and stuff, and they're like, "You good, good," and it's funny, but you know, they do what they do. But yeah, I mean, not those festival fights. If you are a fighter and you've never fought at one, I would highly recommend it. You know, it's such a it really feels like the most authentic Muay Thai experience for me. You know, I've fought in a lot of stadiums and stuff, but nothing compares to that. You know, you go to some of these festivals and there's, you know, sometimes thousands of people there, and you know they'll all be surrounding the ring and watching. You turn around and you've got 50 people in your corner telling you that you need to elbow to win. It's all good fun. Now these guys, I imagine, are knackered. You know, and it's a funny thing when you're fighting. Even though you've got your corner there, you can only really see your opponent. And the whole time, your head will be screaming, "Stop! Stop! 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 Stop!" And yeah, it's quite a battle, not just in the fight, but with yourself too. Um, you know, and I've spoken to plenty of guys that you know I thought I was the only one, but I've spoke to other guys, and it's like you get to the stadium or you get to where you're going to fight, whether this is your own country or Thailand, wherever, and you'll be thinking to yourself like, how can I get out of this? And like I used to think, like I purpose used to try and fail the medicals that they give you, and I put the blood pressure thing on you. I'd be going trying to get my blood pressure high, and then I'd be like, "What if I slip over in the toilet? I'll get out of this." And that was like, you know, just crazy stuff going through your head. You know, it's such an unnatural thing to do. You know, I feel like it's the kind of energy that your body would have used back in the tribe days to get away from a saber-toothed tiger, or like for you know domination of the tribe or whatever it is. And you know, you got 3 weeks notice, for example, and you got 3 weeks of thinking, oh god, I'm gonna have a fight in a minute. You know, it's the only time when you go out on a night and you think, oh, I'm definitely gonna get in a fight tonight. Oh, not sure what happened there. Ah, okay, he kicked his knee, I think. Yeah, kicked his knee. Oh, so, but that's what happens when you don't set up your kicks properly. I mean, not properly. You know, he wasn't in range to throw the kick effectively. Um, but you know, he showed heart through the fight, and you know, he did have some moments. You know, and you know, look at him. You know, but plenty respectful now. You can kind of see that some fighters need to have that thing where they need to be intimidating. They need to be the tough guy. And this is something that you should do after a fight too. You should go to your opponent's corner and they'll give you a bit of a drink like this. Okay, so yeah, you can see no hard feelings between the two, and yeah, good little fight. And if you are going to fight, that's the kind of thing that you should expect. Particularly if you're going to go against a foreigner at the same kind of level as you. If you go to a stadium, most of the time they'll give you an opponent which you should be able to deal with. You know, depending. That there are some killers out there. Even some of the guys that you see that are like fat guys and old and out of shape, probably tuk-tuk drivers. Sometimes you get in the ring and fight with them, and they kick you in the leg, and you're like, oh my god, like one or two more of them, and it's over. But you know, this was a fairly matched fight, and good learning fight for both of them. I'm sure they'll both come away from this and realize what they've got to work on and whatever. I'm sure that they both feel like they need to be fitter because that's what everyone else thinks. When you're in these situations. So yeah, good fight, and good thing for them. A bit different, bit of a different video for you, but yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to show you what to expect. If you do come to Thailand and you want to fight, if you've got any fights that you want me to react to, just leave them in the comments. Yeah, even if it's your own fights like this, I'm more than happy to do that. And if you've got any questions about coming to Thailand or whatever, leave it in the comments, and I'll get back to you. All right, I'll speak to you soon, guys.